Well, it says I'm live. Let's find out if I'm live. All right. Clickety click. Clickety click. Okay. Yeah. You know what? We'll move that over. We can do that, right? Of course we can. Now everyone's in. Hello. If you don't know already, my name is Kevin G Nicholson. I am the host of this YouTube channel. It is 11:18 a.m. where I am. I'm broadcasting from Connecticut in the United States, which is the upper northeast corner of the United States. We are currently going through a heat wave here. And thank you for the compliment, Lila, about the guitar. I'm doing all right. What is that? Is that SQUMIK? Squimic or Somic? Somic. Watching from India. Wow, that's a long way. I like it when there's a lot of love. I prefer love over hate any day. I prefer love over more of the emotions, and just in general. Just in general. Where am I from? I thought we covered this, but I'll say it again. I'm broadcasting from Danielson, Connecticut. In Connecticut, that's the upper northeast corner of Connecticut. And Connecticut is a state within the United States in the upper northeast corner of the United States. And the United States is a country that I'm unfortunate is being bad, which resides in the world that we all exist in. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that. Am I doing freehand or a song? I am currently just noodling. I am freehanding at the moment. I have many songs in my head. Let me give you one particular one. Here's a little song I wrote. I want to learn it note for note. Don't worry, be happy. In every life we have some trouble. When you worry, you make it double. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Do 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 do. Don't worry, do 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 do. Be happy. Do do do. Don't worry, be happy. The landlord say the rent is late. You may have to litigate. Don't worry, be happy. Look at me, I'm happy. Do 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 do. No, I am not that guy. I am not Bobby McFerrin. Bobby McFerrin is an African American. He was very talented. Hung out with Robin Williams, and they made this great song years and years ago. So I learned it because I like the message, which is, don't worry, be happy. You know, let the universe breathe. It'll all work out if we all have some positive energy to us. Start singing a new song to my name, Soulmic. I'm going to assume it's Soulmic. Soulmic, I hope you're having wonderful time, Soulmic. Wherever you may be, Soulmic, Soulmic, Soulmic. How was that? When Lila Sage is looking at me, all of a sudden I'm feeling self-conscious. I'm not quite sure why, but I think it's 'cause she's pretty. That's Lila Sage. She says I'm amazing. It's Lila Sage. She said, oh yeah. I figure you deserved one too. Well, there we are. Hey, look at all the hearts and roses. They're throwing flowers and hearts at me. Keep your hearts in your chest. This is the Yamaha, made in 1970. It bears a couple of different things here. It says, it's got a sticker on it. You're naughty. Go to my room. That's kind of a joke. And then an I voted sticker when I voted for the other party. And this guitar was given to me by my father, who used to play this guitar. This guitar was made in 1970, and that's the same year that I was born. So this was handed down from my father to me, and I learned how to play. And that was years ago, before his passing. It was a long time ago, back when things were a little different in the times. But you know, I've still got it, I think, yes. If I ever have a child, yes. I have been married once, but I have had no children. And I'm no longer married, which some would say is for the best, some would say is for the worst. Either way, I have no offspring, which I am actually sad about. But let's not dwell in negativity, shall we? Do I know any Indian music? No, don't be sorry. That's all right. Questions are cool. It's for me to compose my emotions, keep them in check. So stoked, it's a nice upgrade. That's right, he said it was coming. For those in the room who don't know, Steve Cutler Live is in the chat. And he has his very own channel, and he is more professional, more talented, more, well, wise than I. Somic, if you come around a couple more times, ask me like the third time you're in the channel, and I'll give you a mod. That's for when you give people mods when they've been around a while. You know what I'm saying? You gotta feel them out. You gotta feel them out. You're gonna make sure they're not gonna just keep bopping people with those wrenches everywhere. I gave a kid a wrench once. He just kept bopping and bopping. Can you spam the hearts? I suppose you could. Said hi, said hi, said hi, said hi. That's my most popular song. That, and you know, it's the introductions. It's like Benito. When Benito comes in the room, we all chant his name. I love that. And everyone else loves that too. Hey, Goofy Rat! Hi-oh! Well, it's funny you would ask that. I happen to have 25 albums out on Spotify, Amazon Music, iTunes. You just have to look for my full name. That's my name is Kevin G Nicholson. So it's Kevin, Kevin, and then a space, and then a big letter G, and another space, and Nicholson, Nicholson. And if you look up that on any music streaming service, including YouTube, it'll give you my musical works, such as they are. You go look. And thanks for the inquiries and the conversation. And please come back. I enjoyed your company. It's a little early on a Wednesday. Said hi, said hi, said hi. I also got me a tiny cry baby wah pedal for wacky whack-ass. Wacky whack-ass. Wacky whack-ass. I don't know what wacky whack-ass is. Wow, that was quick. You heard all of my music in a moment. That's incredible. You found it? Rock on. Waka waka waka. Ah! What's with the bear? Did? That's the start of a sentence, but that's not a full sentence. Said hi, said hi, said hi. Should be spelled H-I-G-H. Lila Sage, where are you from? I'm just waiting for one of these days, Steve. I'm gonna be in here, and one of the like the channels I follow, like one of the big channels is gonna come in. They're gonna be like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm gonna be like, "Oh, oh, oh." California's enough. That's all I needed. Just like a state's fine. I understand people are very nervous about giving out their GPS location. Don't ever hand out your GPS coordinates, because they can target you that way. Above Arizona, by California, Lucas the Pro is back in the room. Hello, said hi, said hi. I was never gone. I've always been here. I felt you. I felt you in spirit. So actually, isn't it? It's like we're in this weird state right now where all the northern states in the United States are like going through a heat wave, and all the southern ones, which are usually roasting right now, are pretty comfortable. It seems to be that's the way it's been working. Video games, what are you playing? You don't have a video of monster trucks, do you? I'm trying to figure out whose channel I was watching that had monster trucks. Not because I particularly like them, but amazing how you have 4 viewers and 4 likes, and that means you made everyone in the chat happy. Well-ish. YouTube has its own way of calculating things. Like I could have like 9 people in the room, but it'll only show 4 watching for some reason. It's really bizarre. And I've been doing this for a few years, so like now I'm trying to pick up all this stuff. But there is a group. There's the G-Force. There are people that I have a lot of regulars who keep coming in, and they come back, and sometimes they listen to me play, sometimes they request songs, sometimes I have a special guest, the legendary Sparky. He comes in and plays with me. And Steve Cutler, the guy who was just in the room, he comes in and plays. Excuse me. Well, I'm glad I made your day. I'm trying to make people happier. I'm really not trying to make people more upset. There's enough upset out there. I want to see smiles. I want to see smiles and breastises. With my unusual sense of humor and whatever little musical talent I possess. Do I do any music lessons? I could never teach because, I suppose I could, but, they say those that can't, those that do, and those that can't teach. I just don't think I'm that good. I don't think I could teach basic chords. I go, this is an A, this is a B, This is a C. This is a D. And you start singing with it. This is an E. This is an F. This is a G. Then back to A. I'll be watching, but I will not chat. That's all right. I appreciate you just hanging out and listening. I am. I don't know if you can tell, I got my paintings hanging up all around the room behind me. And I did all those. Those are acrylic on canvas. And yeah, this is where I live. And this is the only room with an air conditioner on this floor. So this is where I'm hiding because it's 91 degrees Fahrenheit outside. American. Celsius, I think it's just ouch. It's ouch Celsius. I know everyone else in the world uses Celsius, and I'm just like, Fahrenheit. The hell's a Fahrenheit? Well, I don't know, really. I wrote that 20 years ago. So it's been a long time since I've practiced pull that one out. Usually the weather's actually pretty good. I want to say we hang most of the year between the I want to say 60s and 80s. It floats about there, and we get sun more, not as much as I would like, but we get a good chunk of sun. But the trees, it's the trees around here that I love the most. I'm a tree sort of guy. I'm not necessarily a tree hugger, but I really enjoy the spring when all the leaves blossom and all the buds open up, and all of a sudden all that wind that blows across the parking lot, stuff like that, is just stopped by all the vegetation and the flowers. I love the flowers of New England. And in this little quiet corner that I reside in, that I call home, in Danielson, It's grown on me. There isn't a lot to do, like, in regards to excitement. It's not exciting. It's a quiet corner. It's all right. We'll chill out and we'll get a cup of coffee sort of place. Uh, and they pretty much, most of the bars are gone. And so it's, well, I've moved. I've lived in California. I lived in Providence for a while. I visited Mexico and Canada and Holland, Brussels. I've never been to like England per se or Paris or anything like that, but I've traveled around. So yeah, Grow a Garden Productions said hi. But I always come back here because family, and I'm glad. Have I been to Massachusetts? Yes, I have been to Massachusetts. If you look on my channel, there is an event called Strange Creek in Wormtown. It's a music festival, and you go there for the weekend and you bring your tent and you camp there. And you can do that in Greenfield, Massachusetts. And it's like 3 hour drive from me to get to Massachusetts, to get to that site from here. And I haven't gone to the Cape. The rest of my family's gone to the Cape, but I didn't want to go. So I could have gone to the Cape. I chose not to. For no particular reason. I think I had something else going on at the time. Also, what is the state above Arizona? Nevada? Isn't that Nevada? Or Colorado, I guess. Oh, you live on Cape Cod. Okay, I misunderstood. No, I am in Connecticut right now. I am in the upper northeast corner of Connecticut. So I'm approximately a 2 hour drive from you if you're on Cape Cod. If I drive real fast, which I don't. I know someone I'm very fond of in Utah. Only just met her, but she's growing on me. To the point where I almost think that, and I have passed through Utah, like by car. I was driving through to get to Kansas, of all places. For a girl. This is back young, when I was young. And, oh, so that's two people I know in Utah who I kind of think are cool. So that's awesome. No, I'm sorry. You said you live in Utah. The person I'm talking about is in Idaho. Or is it? No, Iowa. Sorry. Boy, I get this stuff wrong all the time. There's so many, I meet so many people on this channel now, and I'm trying to remember everybody, but there are a lot of people. And you're in Utah, which I believe that's like a lot of messes and desert and stuff, right? Or am I incorrect? I went through Iowa. I didn't go through Utah that I'm aware of. Maybe on the bus. I'm sorry. Springfield, Mass. That place is a dump. I have been to Springfield. I had an art show there once, a couple decades ago. Yeah, I wasn't terribly impressed by Springfield, Massachusetts. I think like Boston Commons is all right in Massachusetts. Greenfield was all right. Like the northern part of the state isn't overgrown so much, so it's okay. Holyoke, Springfield, and Chicopee. My thing is anything on the pike all the way into Boston. Once you get on the pike towards Boston, it's always a shit show. Notice I fell into my New England accent. As long as you're laughing too. That's the important part. I laugh at myself all the time, especially after I see myself naked. And granted, then I cry. But I try to be up. I think laughter helps heal those dark wounds. There are good and bad places in every state. To be quite frank, Grow Garden Productions. You know, there's good and bad parts of Danielson. There's good and bad parts of Connecticut. There's good and bad parts of Massachusetts. There are even good parts in Rhode Island. I know, right? How can you say that, Kevin? There are a couple places that are nice. You know? Oh, New Haven. No, never go to New Haven, kids. Don't go to New Haven. Don't go to Bridgeport. Stay the hell away from those cities. Oh, anywhere Hartford, pretty much down to New York City, they're very angry. I don't know why. That's why I'm glad I live where I live. If you go drive around Hartford, Connecticut, you will not see smiles. If you drive around this town, you will see smiles. You'll probably see my smile because I walk a bit. But when you go to these other places and people look very angry, I'm like, okay, this isn't the place I want to stay. I want to see more happiness rather than sadness if I can help it. But yeah, anything west of Hartford, down 395, is pretty much you're just begging to be mugged or shot. I mean, I've been there obviously a bunch of times, and it's. I'm like, no, I don't want to go near there. It's handy because it's on the train line, but me after that, it's just like, ew, I don't know. Well, that's kind of you to say. Wow, this has been a good chat. Generally, when I go in under the intention I'm going to have a 20-minute set, so to speak. And then I cut it off. But if the conversation's good and people are talking to me in the chat, then I lose track of time. And that 20 minutes turns into 32 minutes, and then it turns into an hour. But that's good, because that means, we're connecting, man. I like connecting with people. And once they get, what's your favorite painting in my room? That's a good question. My favorite technique. Excuse me. Oh goodness. My favorite. See, they all have so many meanings, but I'm going to take you off here. This is going to hurt just for a second. Oh, now you're released. You're released to travel with me. Oh, goodness. Okay, let's flip this around. Now, if you can tell, the little hummingbird. I like that one. That's not my favorite, though. I like that one. That's trying to manifest energy. But that's not my favorite. I like this one a lot. That's Morgan. But again, that's not my favorite. Technically, that one's pretty good, if a little Picasso-esque. And that's just stay in the moment. And then this one actually, this is word art, because there are actual words in the canvas under the paint, and if you look, you can actually read them. Attract good fortune, and it tells you. So I'm very fond of this one, and I was very fond of this one. I'm still fond of this one, but someone had mentioned that the hands, which are supposed to be casting these spells, so to speak, if you look at it the right way, it looks like I'm squeezing somebody's butt, like a girl's butt, which makes me like this more, not less. So I think in the room, I think that's my favorite on an emotional level. This right here is a still life. I think technically that's one of my better pieces. And then I'm fond of the leaf, but that's not one of my favorites at all. And then that's the Love in Nature. And then next to it, I'm standing on my bed right now. And that's Waterfalls. And then
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Well, I wasn't talking to you, Alexa. Those are ghost boxes. And then we got, and I'm very fond of that one. But yeah, so that's so I guess the spellcasting one is the one. Oh wait, which one was your favorite? Because I was busy showing and trying to stay vertical. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Yeah, want to see where it's very, very hot outside. But you know what? I feel like I want to go. I want to go outside for a second. I'm going to show you guys where I'm at. Scroll up to my comment. Wait a second. I don't get why Westfield is kind of nice. That or bad. Oh, paintings. Am I working on any paintings currently? No. Oh, the waterfall one. Cool. Did he? Oh, well, that's okay. Art is subjective. I could let it get to me. We're going on a field trip. Oh, goodness, knocking stuff over. See if they... Here. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at two very hot dogs out here. Two very hot dogs who wouldn't mind getting some bread. Isn't that right? There you go. One for you, one for you. That's Melly. And this white one is Luna. And they're not my dogs, they're the neighbor's dogs. But they're beautiful and they like me. Right, guys? Right, Melly? It's very hot out here. This is my little stoop. This is where I have all my flowers planted. They're all starting to come up for the season. Got my... They're all gonna need some water today. Those poor dogs. Okay, I'm fleeing back into my house. Okay. In from the... It's hot out there. And I mean, I could take it, but... Why? Why if you don't have to? See, but they can't hurt my emotions. That's the thing. You have to be like in a relationship with me to get me. And when I say to get me, in order to hurt me, you gotta have like time invested. Someone just saying you're an asshole off the street. Whatever. You can call me whatever you want. Said hi, said hi, said hi, said hi. Boy, you guys are carrying on without me. That's all it took is a little field trip. I'll turn this stream right around, children. Everything's fine. Even when there are bad places, and like I said, every place has got their good and bad, and everyone's got their good and evil. Even you guys. You're not all good. You're some good and some evil. Just like you're some water and some carbon. We can be two things at once. In fact, most of us are. So it's all right. Let it breathe. Let the universe breathe. Don't hold on to that anger. Keep that. You know, like you just saw me give love to the dogs. Well, I give bread to the dogs, but it was in love, in bread form. The love was. I didn't have to share my bread with them, but I like them, and I know they appreciate it when I give them a little snack. And occasionally they give me kisses, and I like that. So yeah, so that's so you guys got to meet Melly and Luna, and those are the neighbor's dogs, and the neighbor and I get along real well. That's a great thing. How often do you get along with your neighbors? I have a very peaceful existence here, and I'm very grateful for it. What other danger places have I been to in Massachusetts? See, that's the thing. I try to stay away from the danger places. Like when I was younger and I was a little more adventurous, well, then I'd go places. But generally, like, where was I going? I was shooting a movie up north, in North Massachusetts, at like this old bar, Lowell. Lowell was, that was a different looking place. That's something where I'm like, ooh, if it wasn't a danger zone, it's close to one. Lowell, Mass. But I digress. And all of those paintings that you saw, if you're interested in them, I'm selling most of them. There's only 2 paintings that I've done that I will never sell for sentimental value. But I put them out on my front lawn and I hang them. I know we're going to have good weather for like 3 or 4 days in a row. And I'll set most of my collection out on lines and hang them. And people will stop by and play music like it's a thing, strangely enough. Drinking my Coca-Cola. Well, that's okay. I hope you're going to do something more fun. And I'm sure when you have to go to your next adventure, I want you to carry my hope, my positive energy with you. I encourage you to take my positive energy with you into whatever adventures you're going to next. Remember it and try to help it keep you state. And then if you feel like you want to recharge, come on back and take a look at my videos. Catch me in another live stream. I'm on all the time. So, yeah, all right. So, let's see. Okay, I got to announce it, no offense. Don't got to announce it, no offense to you, though. No, those dogs are not mine. Those are the neighbor's dogs, which I love very much. Those are, and they like me a lot, or they seem to like me, and the neighbors like me, so I'm like, I don't even have to, not even my responsibility. But they are sweet. Melly's got a mouth, though. Likes to bark at everyone as they're coming in and out. Even if she knows who they are. Like, I'll drive in and she'll be like, but she'll start whining like someone's hurting her. Just because she's like, oh, I missed you. And I'm like, oh, yeah, but why do you sound like you're in pain? And please go back and look through my long form videos and let me know what I'm doing right, because I really need feedback. So please do that. That's always there. But yes, come back next time I'm live. Check about. Vote on the t-shirt design. That's in the community tab. But I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out and asking questions. It's been fun. It's kept me engaged. The engagement works both ways. saying farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. The sun has gone to bed, and so much I goodbye. I want to say about an hour and a half from Holyoke. I'm. Have I been there? I'm pretty sure I must have passed through there at least once. I mean, New England is all kind of like you don't really stay in the estate in New England because they're all so, closely packed. You can drive from one end of Rhode Island to the other in like an hour, easy, and that's if you're dawdling. And Connecticut is like 3 hours the long way. So I've been to most of I'd say the area I haven't been in Massachusetts is like the upper northwest corner because there are a bunch of little pockets there that I've never been to, but I've been through most of it. And I'm pretty sure I've been in I'm almost positive I've been in Holyoke. But, I mean, most of the time I remember the events more so than the locations. You know what I mean? Like what happened. And there's a lot. There's a lot of stuff that happens. Well, in my life anyway. There has been. Why? What's in Holyoke? That's worth noting. Or are you just saying crime? We're gonna list all the shitholes in America. In alphabetical, the danger, yeah. All right. Well, and there's a reason they call them assholes. You ever see them drive? You ever see the Pike? You drive the Pike and they're just cutting each other off right at the on ramp. Oh, that stuff that drives me crazy. When you're waiting in line patiently, and you're in the line and you're like, okay, it'll move, and then you see someone in a Lexus, or in a Cybertruck, and they race by the line on the right, and then they go and they force their way in at the front of the line while everyone else has been waiting. Those bastards. At that point, and I'm going to say this, but I don't really mean this. It's at that point, I kind of wish I had a grenade launcher. Because those guys who cut into the traffic at the front of the line, it just, boom! And that's wrong. Murder is wrong. But those bastards cutting everyone else. Everyone else has been waiting there an hour. And you're going to go in your Cybertruck and you... Well, I mean, they're all over. And it's not just Massachusetts. If you've ever driven through Johnston, Rhode Island, it's just terrible. Because all the routes, it's just like they have routes, and then they have all these fast food restaurants and all of these things like right off the road. So everyone's pulling in and out and it's terrible. Then you need to redesign Johnston pretty badly, like on a traffic level. But at the same time, they got all the best fast food joints, if you're into that. Yeah, and all the stuff that you're talking about, that's part of the reason why I'm so grateful to be where I'm at. In Rhode Island, I want to say North Providence. North Providence to East Providence. I lived in East Providence. But I lived right on the edge of like College Town. So where I was, it was like the line between the college students and the angry people. So yeah, I would say it's right in there, right at like India Point, that area. Or was it Fox Point? Like Fox Point, anything beyond Fox Point is danger. But that's, and again, that's an observation, um, because someone threatened to hurt my dog years ago in Providence when I was walking in at night. But I don't think that was just regional. I think that was just one drunk old Rusky who was just like, "I'll eat your puppy for meat, just to scare you." Uh, it'll it'll start a fight. That's certain. That'll you know. You ever seen? This is before John Wick. You know, I would have gone John Wick on the dude, but I was like, he's got the dog. What do I do to get the dog free? Never lived in Mass though. Never lived in Mass. All right. Um, okay. I used to have a couple of dogs, and they have since passed. I had a black cocker spaniel, solid black cocker spaniel named Knox, and I had a golden cocker spaniel named Freya, and they've been gone for over a decade now, both of them. But they were spoiled all the way to the end, and they were nurtured and relatively happy. I think I'd like to think so. I mean, they didn't fill out any customer survey cards or anything, but you know, I feel like my dog loved me to death, and I love that dog to death, literally. And I try not to dwell on the loss. I try to fixate on, well, it was nice that I had that time with them. But, oh, and that's why I haven't gotten another dog, is because we outlived them, and I didn't want to feel that again. That was heartbreaking. Because I really, and even as I'm talking about it, I have the emotions under lock, but they're still in there, and I still feel them, and I'm just like, oh. So yeah. So no, I have no pets, no children, no wife, no family. I have my work, and this is part of it. That's the live streaming and the videos and the art and the guitar, and it's much more peaceful. I mean, I kind of wish I would have met someone who was decent enough where I could have had my own family with them, but sometimes you roll the dice, you take your chances. But I digress. All right, I'm gonna go tap my mug back up, and I'm gonna do a couple of things. I'll be streaming again later this afternoon. I want to say around 2ish, and then I'll do it again around 5ish, and then the big one is 10 p.m. like 9:10 p.m., and that's with me and the legendary Sparky, where he comes on, he plays. He's much better than I am on guitar. But it's been cool hanging out with you. It's been nice talking to you, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Bye.